Hello folks, welcome back to the iSports Forum. Semi-final game number 1 of the fall 2014 over 50 hockey season. And of course it entails the first matchup being the regular season champion Green Hornets taking on a Yellow Jacket team that has yet to make some progress in the postseason from years past. I'm Angelo Pontello, bringing you all the live action here at the iSports Forum in Brandon, Florida. And of course, as always this season, joining me at my side, Andy Townsend. Andy, good to have you on board again.
Thanks, Angelo. We should be seeing a great matchup here. Green Hornets, Yellow Jackets. Regardless of what happens in the regular season, both teams are always at a different pace. You know, again, like we said before, the 12 weeks just determine the seedings, and now these next 2 weeks is really going to determine who has the right to take home the over 50 cup. Given a feeling, Angelo, I feel that the Yellow Jackets may have an opportunity to upset the Green Hornets here, and I'll tell you why. I have never seen more confidence, more rejuvenation from this guy, Omar Chiquan. He gets the job done, and as I say that, you know, he's warming up right now, but Omar Chiquan has definitely been the playmaker. Not as his quite best as he was in the earlier seasons, but you know, I feel that he has a definite potential to break this game out if he is fed the puck correctly and he's got the right players to work with. And that, of course, also you have to take into account some other factors. You know, Mark Giacomin, another key proponent here for the Yellow Jackets, always at Chiquan's side. You get these two on the mix, and that could be a deadly matchup, especially with the likes of Steve Paganella, who is a definite individual performance. You know, Paganella, he is another key player. You have him working with Chiquan, Giacomin, and whichever defensive pairings, and you have an opportunity to make a game big.
And with that also, you look at the Green Hornet side, everything is chemistry based from this Green Hornet team. There's a big reason why they finished this season 9-3, 18 points on the regular season. Scott McCants, for one, the team's leading scorer with 10 goals. So you give McCants the puck, just watch out, whoever the keeper may be. And in this case, Lonnie Herman will have some work to do if McCants happens to see him getting himself the puck. And of course, Scott McCants definitely too. His deadly shots are not to be trifled with. And you look at the opportunities this Green Hornet team has, and even besides McCants, you know, you also got the likes of Pete Dominici, Dan Javier, Pete Dominici, Mark Creighton is another one. Mark Creighton, you also give this guy the puck, he can make some damage as well. He is a great asset to have on this Green Hornet team, and I think mainly McCants and Creighton has been helping the Green Hornets get the job done. And so with that, we thank you guys for coming in for our pregame report, brought to you by the Power Play Grill, best wings in Tampa according to 620 WDAE, the radio station. And you should check it out too whenever the players get done after the game for fellowship of wings and beer. The Power Play Grill, best wings in Tampa. When we come back, we will have face-off Green Hornets, Yellow Jackets. And welcome back here, folks. Face-off Mark Giacomin and Luda Meza on the face-off. And here we get things going quickly. Larry Liebler on the move. Puck back in the Yellow Jacket end, as this will be passed off around towards John Madalena. Madalena trying to get this one cleared out. He finds Giacomin. Giacomin on the room, has some open room to work with, looking for Rick Nader. Just can't reach him, and Larry Liebler will take it instead as he moves up center ice into the Yellow Jacket zone. Liebler has the Meza to work with, as well as Creighton. Looking to take the shot, just couldn't reach the Meza, and they had Herman beat. Puck is around, looking to get it off to Madalena. And instead he'll get this one off to Steve D'Angelo. Makes a move off of Giacomin, now back over towards the Meza, looking to get the pass off. Instead Giacomin gets it back over towards Madalena, struggling to get to the puck, and now the Meza takes it away. Puck now deep in the Yellow Jacket zone. Trying to move quickly here is Larry Rapar as he tries to get the pass up to Steve Byrne. Instead it's going to come out to Dan Favier. And Favier will knock this one back in the Yellow Jacket zone as this one gets back over towards Favier, trying to get this one cleared. But instead it is going to go to John Madalena. Mudra gets a piece of the puck and he's on the move. He fires the shot. This one completely misses the net. Favier on the rebound shot, knocked away. Now comes Dave Garrick with the puck. Garrick looks for Rapar, gets it off the boards, but it will be stopped quickly by Favier, now back intercepted by Rapar. And Larry Rapar bouncing this one off the boards, looking to get this one off to Jim Pernice, but it will be beat out by Dominici for the puck. Mike Falbo with the puck now. He'll get this one knocked out towards Mudra off his skate. And here comes Jaquan in the second lineup for the Yellow Jackets. Back over to Phil Field. And this one's going to get bounced off the boards, and it'll be signaled for the icing call. And the head referee in today's game is Dave Collins, number 27, along with his young assistant. And with 10:08 to go, it has been a 0-0 game thus far. Puck now from D'Angelo. Mike Falbo takes a shot. This one goes wide right. This one now back over towards McCann. Green Hornets looking to set up early, but instead this one's going to be coming all the way back. Jaquan now gets this one off the Phil Field. Nader now looking for Giacomin, and it'll be a skate race between him and Falbo. And Giacomin still gets out passes Falbo. Giacomin looking to set up, stopped by Falbo, and this one's going to get out towards D'Angelo. Nader trying to set up, denied by Falbo. This one now in the Green Hornet end. D'Angelo trying to clear this one out, but it will be stopped by Phil Field. Field looking to set up, looking now for Giacomin, and Falbo will knock this one away. McCants now looking to flip this one over to DeMezza. DeMezza regroups, now looks for Dominici, gets it into the Yellow Jacket zone, makes a move around Phil Field, but lost the puck. Shot taken. Herman stops in. The second effort by Dominici is denied as Herman falls on the puck for the save. 9:01 to go. Both lineups are being changed at the moment. Well, you have to look at this game so far, and of course the Yellow Jackets are definitely keeping up with the Green Hornets. That's step number one to trying to beat this squad, as well as, you know, getting your opportunities made. And that looks like another save by Lonnie Herman as John Mudra tried to knock the puck in, but he failed to do so. Yellow Jackets are having a lot of opportunities right now for possessions. They just need to start controlling a little bit more. Ricci's failed attempt, and now it's back over towards Rapar. Steve Byrne with the puck, trying to work around Dan Favier. Puck is knocked out. Here comes Steve Byrne with the puck. Now gets the pass off to Rapar. Feeds it to Madalena. And looking to clear this one out was Madalena, but Mark Creighton will take it instead for the Green Hornets. Back in his own zone, he'll slide the pass right over to John Mudra. And Mudra will put this one over towards Favier in Yellow Jacket zone.
Got it.
Favier takes a shot. Herman knocks it away. Now puck to a wide open Steve Byrne on the right side. He'll be covered by Liebler. Steve Byrne trying to get to that puck. And he'll get this pass around intended for a Yellow Jacket. No one was there, and now comes Mudra for the Green Hornets coming the other way. He'll slide this one over towards Favier. Stopped quickly by Dave Garrick, and Garrick is on the move the other way. Bouncing puck. And it'll be for an icing call. So with 7:43 to go, faceoff will take place deep in the Yellow Jacket zone. Lou DeMezza and Mark Giacomin on the faceoff. Puck is dropped. This one now over towards Shaquan. Hits the post. And now DeMezza and the Green Hornets trying to capitalize early, but instead Shaquan will take off with the puck, and he's got some Yellow Jackets to work with. If he can hang on to the puck, gets it past center ice into the Green Hornet zone, but lost it. And now Jim Pernice will regroup. Wide open puck, Phil Field will take it now. Shaquan will dump this one in the Green Hornet end. Now to DeMezza. Nader had a piece of the puck. DeMezza struggling to clear this one out. He will finally, and Herman will signal for the icing call. He will not get one. And now Shaquan will Be battling this one out to get to the puck over Scott McCants. And Chacon will knock it back the other way. And it's an icing call there. And I don't know why the referees called an icing call there when they didn't do it on the other side. It's a little bit confusing, but there lies the hand. We all know that Dave Collins has had a history of being a little bit biased, and he has been accused a couple of times of turning this game into a biased side, going for one team over the other. So, I mean, we're hoping that's not going to be the case in today's game, but just to remember, he has had a history of that happening. As Madalena tried to clear this one out, it will be stopped by Liebler. Now back over to Creighton. And now intercepted by Paganella. Makes a nice move around Favier into the Green Hornet zone. Paganella looking to pass this one back to Byrne, but instead it's taken away by Mudra. Intercepted by Field. Madalena now looking to fight against Mudra for the puck. And John Mudra comes away with the puck, and he's in the Yellow Jacket zone. Looking to slide this one over to Favier. Instead it'll be taken away by Steve Byrne. Knocked back towards Creighton. And now comes Omer Chacon with the puck. Intercepted by Liebler. Stopped again by Chacon, who's on the move. Double covered by Green Hornets. And now it's back over to Ricci. Puck bouncing around. Now back over to Steve Byrne the other way. Into the Green Hornet zone. Takes a shot. Brian Vick stops it. And I believe that's the first shot attempt made by the Yellow Jackets today. As Mike Ricci in the Yellow Jacket zone looking to make some magic happen. His held up by Rapar. Puck firing around. Green Hornets jabbing, and it's in. And of course, whenever they get desperate, you know the Green Hornets are going to be looking to try to do everything they can to jab at the puck and just keep slashing the puck until it gets into the net. And of course, there weren't a lot of helpers out in the time, but in that case, the Green Hornets break open the game for a 1-0 lead. And of course, that is going to be, at least the Yellow Jackets finally have the Green Hornets on their toes right now. Green Hornets just about desperate to get anything done to make sure they get points on the board, and it showed right there. And of course, the Yellow Jackets weren't able to get the stop on, but now the Green Hornets have a slight lead. Rapar, intercepted by McCants. Look out. And it is saved by Herman.
Go behind now.
Giacomin with the puck. Intercepted by Falbo. Puck bouncing around, now taken away by Chacon. Looks to feed this one up to Giacomin. Trying to get this pass off, and he finds Nader. Into the Green Hornet zone. Fires a shot, shoots it right into Dominici. Giacomin regroups on the puck. Taken by Pernice. Back to Chacon. Stripped loose by Demeza. Pernice and Demeza on the skate race. Demeza trying to feed this one to McCants. Knocked away by Herman, and here comes Chacon. Taken by Giacomin. Now back over to Nader in the Green Hornet zone. Fires a shot. Just left of Brian Vick. Here comes Falbo, trying to get it stopped by Giacomin, and instead it's taken away by Dominici. Giacomin looks to set up to Nader, shoots, and it's saved by Brian Vick. Oh, with a setup like that, Andy, you know you had to get a goal on the board, and that's going to be an opportunity killer for the Yellow Jackets. An opportunity killer indeed. This is just not exactly the way the Yellow Jackets have it in mind, but you got to work a little bit better than that. So face off now deep in the Green Hornet zone. Yellow Jackets have to make some magic happen to equalize. And it looks like they have their second lineup. And Steve Byrne fires the shot just right of the keeper. Mudra with the puck, passes it back to Creighton. And finds a wide open Mike Ricci, now looking to set up over to Favier. And Dave Garrick will take the puck away. Bouncing around now off to John Madalena, intercepted by Creighton. Back around in the Yellow Jacket, and here comes Larry Rapar. Off to Steve Paganella. Off to Favier, taking another shot, knocked away. Ricci with the puck. Back over to Creighton. Pass now back to Creighton from Larry Liebler into the Yellow Jacket zone. Fires a shot. Herman stops it for the save. And how about Lonnie Herman so far? Yes, Lonnie Herman, despite the Green Hornets' efforts, has been just having a tremendous game, and with 3:12 remaining, he continues to be a star keeper right now. So Yellow Jackets will change their line in hopes to bring the puck back down towards the Green Hornet zone and perhaps maybe get a goal on the board. Well, it's all going to depend on the efforts for the Yellow Jackets. You know, they're going to have to work quickly, and Jaquan's going to have to lead this squad down and make an opportunity happen. Creighton with the shot. This one gets denied. Back over to D'Angelo. Now over to Rick Nader. Jockman trying to get to the puck. Denies Demeza the opportunity, but instead it'll be taken away by McCants. Herman. Shoots it right back over. Steve D'Angelo trying to set up, knocked away. Phil Field gets the pass off to Jaquan. Off the boards now, it's up to Nader. In Green Hornet zone, looking to set up. Takes a shot. Brian Vick knocks it away. Now looking for a rebound shot effort. Knocked away. Dominici stops it. Jaquan rebounds. And here comes a wide open Lou Demeza on the right side. Only the keeper to beat. Knocked away by Herman, and McCants trying to finish, and it's 2-0. Lou Demeza's initial shot denied by Herman. Great save, but it was Scott McCants who puts it up, and that's going to be a 2-0 lead for the Green Hornets. That's what you got to watch out for, Angelo. When you are the Yellow Jackets, you have to watch out for the Green Hornets because they always have second and third players swinging in, trying to take their shot efforts, and that time they got the best of the Yellow Jackets there. And it looks like the referee is calling a hooking call. It looks like Steve Burns going to get nailed with it. And a power play is coming up for the Green Hornets. Yeah, not wise of Steve Burns to start hooking players, especially when they're down 2-0. This yellow card is definitely going to hurt them. Paganella and Dan Favier on the face-off. This one shot right back to Lieber as he gets the pass from Creighton now over to Mudra. Makes a move off of Dave Garrick. Now has the puck. Fires a shot. Looking to set up. Bouncing shot away. Now comes Larry Rapar with the puck. Intercepted by Creighton. Fires a shot. Herman with the glove hand save. And with that, the Green Hornets make a lineup change. McCants will take the face-off against Steve Paganella. Liebler with the shot. This one gets knocked away. This one now back over to Lightning Lou. Sets up to Creighton. Now back over to Demeza. Now to Liebler. Fires the shot just right of the keeper as Dave Garrick looks to try to clear this one out. Stopped sharply by Creighton. Back over to Demeza. Fires a shot. Stopped by Herman. Demeza on the rebound shot now taken away by Rapar. And this one will get cleared out as we now enter the final minute of the first period. Back over to Creighton. To McCants. Fires the shot. This one goes high. Creighton. Now over to Lieber, sets. Looks for the pass. Now over to McCann, fires the shot. Back over to Chiquan. This one will go all the way back to Creighton. We'll regroup for the Green Hornets. DeMezzo with the puck. Now to Chiquan in his own end. Deflected off the board, stopped by Creighton. Looks to set up. Now over to McCants, looking to fire another shot. 5 seconds to go. And once again, and it looks like the referee is going to be calling a checking on Omer Chiquan. I mean, it's not like it wasn't going to happen, but at the same time, I mean, I know I didn't see the initial checking call there by Chiquan, but it was kind of hard to tell. But at the same time, based on his personality, wouldn't be surprised that call was made. And with that, that'll officially end the first period. And for the next 13, or for the beginning 13 seconds of the second period, it'll be 5-on-3 for the Green Hornets. And then it'll be back to a power play opportunity. So how about this first period so far? Clearly, the Yellow Jackets know what they need to do to beat this Green Hornet team, and right now they're not even getting the opportunities, Angelo. They're playing way too much defense, and they're not having a lot of puck possession time, and that's what's killing them right now in this game. Green Hornets, it's been all them 95% of the way, and they're going to have to step up their game a little bit if they're going to be trying to make any kind of comeback. So with that, in first intermission, 2-0 Green Hornet lead. What else is new, you know? They're winning another game right now. But we will be back for the second period. Don't go away. Welcome back here, folks. We're just about ready to begin the second period. 2-0 is the score. Green Hornets with the lead. And it'll be Dan Favier and Mark Giacomin to take the face-off. Puck will go quickly back towards Nader. Stopped by Dominici. Giacomin trying to get to the puck first. He does. But it's heavily covered by Mike Falbo. Puck intended for Steve Byrne. Instead, it's intercepted by Ricci into the Yellow Jacket zone. Fires a shot. Herman knocks it away. And another setup shot. 3 Green Hornets. And a missed opportunity there as now in power play mode. Here comes Giacomin. Yellow Jackets looking to score on the shorthanded goal. And Giacomin lost control of the puck. Dominici. Held up by Rapar. And here comes Giacomin with the puck. Coming around the other way. And he will get this one cleared out. And Brian Vick will stop it. He'll feed it off to Mike Falbo. That will give the Green Hornets opportunity to make some subs. And here comes D'Angelo up on the Yellow Jacket line. Rapar strips it away. Now back over to Steve Byrne. Looking to clear this one out. Shoots it right at Steve D'Angelo. Steve Byrne trying to get to the puck first. And he gives it right to the Green Hornets. Ludameza, big opportunity. Now intercepted by Nader to Giacomin. Now back over to DeMezzo. Sets up to Creighton. Fires in. 3-0 Green Hornets. And it looked like Rick Nader and Mark Giacomin had an opportunity to get this one out, but they passed it literally right back into their own zone. And that's what gave Creighton the opportunity to come in and score. So no surprise there. And with that, Omer Chiquan officially comes out of the box thanks to a power play goal made by Creighton. And it is a 3-0 Green Hornet lead. This one going back to Liebler. To D'Angelo. Back over to McCants. Has Lightning Lou to work with. Back over to McCants. Sets up. Knocked away by Phil Field. This puck going around the other direction. Stopped by Field. Now goes to Chiquan. Looks to feed the puck up, stopped by Vic, trying to make another shot, and it is saved by Brian Vic. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. You know, Brian Vic is definitely a keeper that's very beatable. It's just you have to find the right opportunities and right shots, and right now the Yellow Jackets aren't even coming close to saying this. Back over from McCants towards Ricci. This one now over to Chiquan. Trying to make a deep move around, and instead he got the pass off to Paganella, held up by Ricci. Another shot made, and another save made by Vic. You have to give the Yellow Jackets a little bit of credit right now. They're trying to make some opportunities happen offensively, but right now, at the time that they're doing, when they're down 3-0, they're a little bit late to the party. So Giacomin and Fabier will take the face off. This one coming back the other way. Trying to skate quickly back as Rapar, and here comes Ricci right on top. Rapar quickly gets this one off the boards, intercepted by Dominici. And it looks like Fabier's not doing so well as his arm is hurt. At least from the way he was motioning there, must have gotten slashed or hit somehow. Back over to Rapar. Now from Ricci, here comes Fabier. Denied by Rapar, and Herman will knock this one away. This one back over to Ricci. Gets the pass intended for Mudra, instead intercepted by Garrett. Back to Creighton. Into the Yellow Jacket zone. Fires the shot, knocked away by Herman. Here comes Fabier. Knocked away by Rapar. Now back over to Madalena, and he'll get this one cleared out. And this one will be taken up. Pass completed, McCants over center ice. Heading down to the Yellow Jacket zone, fires the deadly shot, and Herman will stop it this time for the save. There you go, there's another example of Scott McCants trying to take the one-timer into his own hands. And this time, Lonnie Herman had him figured out. 8:13 to go in the second. It is still 3-0 Green Hornets. But for the Yellow Jackets at this point, they have to get something on the board. Oh yeah, no doubt about it, because especially with this Green Hornet team, if they are going to be beat, you have to make sure you're in this game already. You can't be down 3 goals and then expect to somehow come back from a strong team like this Green Hornet squad. Chiquan looking to get this pass off to Paganella, instead intercepted. Coming back the other way is Lieber, gets it off the boards, past Philfield in the Yellow Jacket zone. Lieber fires a shot, and this one is in. And it goes from bad to worse for the Yellow Jackets as Larry Lieber puts it in, and now with a 4-0 lead, the Green Hornets have definitely made their presence known in this game, and they have just shown how superior they can be. Oh yeah, well said right there. I mean, can't imagine it anymore the way it is right now. 7:51 to go in the second. 4-0 Green Hornets at this point. Yellow Jackets need to make sure they don't make this a blowout. Chiquan with the puck. Back over to Phil Field. They'll get the pass over to Steve Byrne. Right now for Demeza, he'll skate around with the puck. Trying to set up to McCants. Instead, this one's going all the way back. Signal for the icing call is Lonnie Herman. He'll get the icing call. Well, so far here, Andy, I mean, has there been any surprises so far? No, I mean, everything is just what we've expected thus far, you know. Green Hornets came in here. They're doing their work on the Yellow Jackets right now. Nothing too exciting here, just another over 50 game. Garrett. Repar trying to get this pass out to Giacomo. Instead, it's intercepted by Dominici. Into the Yellow Jacket zone. Looks to set up to Favier. Stripped away by Repar. Back over to Mudra. Fires the shot, and it is saved by Herman. But back over to Falbo, misfires, now over to Ricci, deflected off of his own player. And here comes Nader with the puck. Giacomin on the move, sets up to Madalena. And it'll be offsides. Lineup change being made by the Green Hornets at this moment. Down to Mark Giacomin, being held up by Liebler. Back to Nader. Taken away by Creighton. And will not get this pass off to Demeza into the Yellow Jacket zone. Demeza looking to find his shot. Instead, he'll set this one back the other way. Here comes Giacomin with the puck. Stripped loose by McCants. Looks to set up to D'Angelo. Knocked around. Here comes Creighton. Makes the move. McCants fires a shot. It's in. So Steve Berner and Dan Favier going the face-off. And this one's now to Chiquan. Trying to get this one around Green Hornet players. Paganella repaces his steps, held up by Favier. And there is... Referees are calling it offsides, but I thought it was more of a slashing on Dan Favier's part. Well, maybe not necessarily a slashing, but there was some kind of interference, so... I'm not sure exactly how the referees were planning that one out. Steve Byrne trying to dump the pass out, step stopped by Liebler, and here comes Creighton on the other way. Deflected by Burns.
Here comes trouble!
Steve Byrne looking to set up. From Ricci. Now back over towards Chiquan. Gets a pass off the field, if he can control it, and yes he does, gets it off to Paganella. Steve Paganella fires the shot, bounced away by Vic. O'Field trying to finish up. Instead it'll be taken away. This one now back over towards Dominici. Finds Creighton. Looks to set up, diving shot. This one now gets over towards Paganella. Deflected off of Ricci. Here comes Steve Paganella, only one defender back. He slips. Shot taken, Vic knocks it away. McCants finds his man in Mark Creighton. Back over to McCants. Into the Yellow Jacket zone. Steve D'Angelo firing the shot, instead it's Garrick who takes it away. Garrick will skate back in his own end. Looks to set up. Instead intercepted by D'Angelo. And he's held up by Giacomo. Got back over to Dominici. Looking to set up to McCants. Instead taken away by Madalena. Gets this one off the boards. And now over to Rick Nader. Looking to set this one back up to Giacomo, back to Madalena. usual from DeMezza to Dominici. Shoots. And it'll be saved by Lonnie Herman. Of course, 3:24 remaining. And at this point, one more goal for the Green Hornets will mean a running clock for when the third period begins. And this one is going to come back over to Rick Nader. Trying to stop it is Mike Falbo. And this one's going to be going all the way back. And Mike Falbo looking to try to work off the Madalena with the puck. It'll be intercepted by Giacomin. Mike Ricci regroups on his steps. Puts the setup to Mudra. Mudra now looking for McCants. And this one's going to go back. Garrett now looking for Nader. Said stopped, intercepted. Here comes Giacomin the other way. Now over towards Rapar. Looks to set up back over to Nader. Fires the shot. And it slides and it goes in. Rick Nader finally puts a goal on the board, and it will be no shutout for the Green Hornets here today. And now down by 4. Can the Yellow Jackets come back with 2:42 to go in the second? Again, Angelo, anything's possible in the semifinals, but it starts now. And that goal is going to be more motivation for them than ever. So we'll see how the rest of this game plays out. Steve Byrne and Dan Favier on the face-off. Mudra into the Yellow Jacket zone. Fires a shot. Herman kicks it away. On the rebound is Mike Ricci. Now Pernice trying to get this one out. And still be taken away by Mudra. Sets up to Ricci. Fires a shot. Looking to get this one in his Favier. And they're calling it a goal. I know on our camera angle, we didn't exactly see what was going on at the time. I mean, we thought it was a save initially, but you never know. But until the referee blows the whistle, it is a live puck. Anything can happen. And I guess at that time, they deemed it a goal. So, but with that, Green Hornets are back on top by 5 with 2:23 to go in the second. Chiquan off the field. Gets this one to Pernice. Trying to set this pass up to Paganel. Instead will be taken and intercepted by DeMezza. And a penalty is coming up. Dave Collins is going to call it on Phil Field for cross-checking. Although I don't think that would be quite the right call there. But look, also, Dave Collins has had a history of not getting the correct calls in. But either way, he did get the call right that Phil Field was the one who initiated contact. So a yellow card in his name. But you know there's got to be a history for USA hockey referees, especially guys like Dave Collins, where you know they've been in this league for a while, and then there's times where even like the most experienced referees sometimes may not get the calls always right. Well, that's going to happen everywhere, Angelo. I mean, it doesn't matter. These aren't professional referees, but at the same time, you know, with the experience, they should have a little bit of a notch in them in terms of trying to make the correct calls. But either way, that time, you know, that was a little bit borderline, but the referee made a good choice in terms of how to administer the penalty. But I just didn't think it was the right call, or the right booking call, that is. Straight into the Yellow Jacket zone. Deflected off of Steve Byrne. This could go to Paganella. Now over to Lightning Lou, working off of Paganella. Herman slips as he tries to get the pass out. And now gets off of Chiquan. Intercepted by DeMezza. Looking to set this one up to Ricci, and this one bounces away from the Green Hornet possession. Now regrouped by Mudra. Shoots it right to Chiquan. And then the final minute of this game. Here comes Steve Byrne. Back over to Garrick looking for Chiquan. This one over to Nader. Now back to Dominici. And there will be a icing call by Lonnie Herman. 36.9 seconds to go. And of course, 24 seconds remain in Phil Field's penalty.
Got the camera. Keep that thing locked on number 23, David Garrett, out in the yellow.
This one now back over to Ricci. Intended for Favier, and now Nader trying to get this one back in the right possession for the Yellow Jackets. Instead, Ricci takes it away. Trying to get the pass off, instead intercepted by Rapar. And now back the other direction. Favier now looking to find this one out to Ricci, trying to shoot this one in. Herman stops it. Back over to Rapar, and now getting a piece of it's John Mudra. 5 seconds remain. This is one final chance here. Balbo looking to set up, bouncing shot, and it is in with 0.1 seconds to go. And at this point, it is a 6-goal lead for the Green Hornets as they head into this game 7-1. But at this point, it's safe to say that the Green Hornets are heading to over 50 Cup 10. And if you could have imagined any possibility of the Yellow Jackets coming in, all hopes were gone basically near the final minutes of the second period. I mean, right now for the Yellow Jackets, just play this third period to have fun at this point. You'll know the game's already been lost for them, but nevertheless, still have fun, try to make something out of it. Score a couple of goals, end your season well. So with that, 12 more minutes remain for the Green Hornets as they just await to kill time off the clock basically to get to over 50 Cup 10. And they'll be awaiting the winner between the Grey Wolves and the Red Army. But don't go away, folks, or at least try not to go away, as we have one more period of hockey left to be played. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, folks, to the third and final period. Demeza and Mark Giacomin now in the face-off. And this clock will officially begin to roll down. Creighton with the puck, looking to set it to McCants. This one coming back the other way, as this one will get all the way back towards Chicorn. Omer Chicorn will skate around, loses control of the puck. No, he regained possession. Now back over to Giacomin, and instead now intercepted by Creighton. Chicorn will get the puck back the other way, looking to feed this one off to Nader. And this one will go back over towards Mark Creighton. Creighton looked to make the move, but instead gets deflected off of Giacomin's skate. This one now back over towards Liebler. This one now to Demeza as he gets the shot off to McCants. Now looking for Liebler to finish. It's in. And the scoring nightmare continues. And with 10:35 to go, this one over to Steve Byrne. Now back over to Paganella. Off to Garrett. Paganella getting the pass back. Leave for an icing call. Puck is going to go back over to Creighton. This one goes back in the Yellow Jacket end. Rapar now with the puck in his own end. And he will skate around looking for some open opportunities. Now back over to Paganella. This one will go back in the Green Hornet end. And looking to finish with Steve Paganella, but instead it will be stopped and saved by Creighton. Puck now over the Liebler. Creighton looking for the pass off to D'Angelo. Pass now to Giacomo. From Chiquan to Giacomin taking the shot, bouncing around Brian Vick, and Chiquan will tap it in for the goal. And that'll be a second goal for the Yellow Jackets, but that still is not going to stop the clock. Well, on the bright side, you know, Angelo, Yellow Jackets still have goal number 2 on the board. 7 minutes to go as time continues to wind down off the clock. And here comes a wide open Mark Giacomin. Looking to give the shot off to Omar Chiquan instead. Taken away by McCants. Off to Dominici as he gets the pass off to DeMezzo. McCann's taking the shot, stopped. And this one comes around to Dave Garrick instead. Gets it around to Meza, but not past Falbo. This one now off to McCants. Getting the pass off to Omar Chiquan. This one out to Phil Field as Ricci trying to pull them off, and now it's Mudra, and he will knock Phil Field off the puck. Icing call made. And Steve Byrne will take the face-off against Dan Fabier. Puck now back over from Liebler to Mark Creighton. Setting up the shot, Larry Liebler, and it'll be stopped by Lonnie Herman for the save. And the clock continuing to roll down now, 4:50 remains. Larry Liebler with the puck, trying to set up to Ricci. Phil Field looking to set up to Steve Byrne. Now finds Mudra. Field trying to clear this one away. And this one goes all the way back to Larry Liebler, now to Creighton. Intercepted by Creighton. And at this point, you know, is there any more purpose in trying to score here, Angelo? I mean, for the Green Hornet case, you're already up by 6. You know, just go home and try to run this clock off, not try to run up the score here. I mean, you already proved your point, but it just shows if you're continuing to look to score more goals in this case, it's a bloodbath, and there has to be at some point where you have to just stop the whole scoring and just try to pass it around. Puck now from Garrett, gets it off to the car. Open puck, Dominici looking to try to clear this one out, stop there with Parr. Puck back to Chiquan. Now to Giacomin, fires the shot. Stopped by Vic and taking it away is Pete Dominici. Trying to get this one out to Steve D'Angelo. Now over to Rick Nader, looking to take the shot, just misses to the left side of Brian Vick. Sets up to Garrett, and instead denied by Steve D'Angelo, goes back over to Ricard, sets up to Giacomin. Taking the shot, looking to finish. Here comes Chiquan, he'll slide it in for his second goal of the game. And now the scoreline is 9-3. And now there's 2:13 remaining in the game with the running clock. This puck will go all the way back to Brian Vick as he feeds it up to Pete Dominici. Sets up to McCants. Into the Yellow Jacket zone. Over to DeMeza. Taking the shot was McCants, and Herman stops it for the save. Officially in the final minute of this game. Paganella trying to make an opportunity happen, but Larry Liebler will shoot the puck on the Yellow Jacket bench instead. That will continue to run more time off the clock. And of course, both sides getting ready to make their way onto the ice. And we'll have time for just one more drive here. And now comes Chiquan. Looks for Rick Nader, looking to set up to Giacomin with the puck, trying to control it. From Chiquan now back over to Giacomin, just out of his reach, and here comes Mike Ricci. Now over to Favier. And with that, Mudger will skate this one around, and that's going to do it as everybody heads onto the ice. Game over. Final score, Green Hornets 9. And the Yellow Jackets 3. And that is how their season is going to come to an end. Again, Green Hornets will await the winner between the Red Army and the Grey Wolves, and that game will be coming up following after this one, so we hope for you all to stay tuned and stick around to see that game. But Andy, any final thoughts on this game? I'm just contemplating on this one, Angelo. I mean, what is there to say? Green Hornets, they just got the job done. Yellow Jackets had them for the first period, and then they lost, they collapsed, and they couldn't control them anymore, and that led to the Green Hornets starting an early 5-0 lead. But whoever they're playing in the over 50 Cup 10 match, hopefully will give the Green Hornets a competition worth playing for. And with that, this has been another production of the Fontello Broadcasting Network. Again, stick around for Game 2, or the semifinal number 2 in our playoff doubleheader. But yeah, there's nothing more that needs to be said here. Business was done. Green Hornets moving on. And for Andy Townsend, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night, and we hope everybody has a blessed evening.